everybody, this is Tina with Loving Life's Little Blessings, and welcome to the Project Life blog hop for April. This is a monthly feature that I do. You can head over to my coordinating blog post by just clicking on the very top of this video right where it has my web address. That will take you to the coordinating blog post and you can hop along with us. There's actually only one other person on this hop this month, and her name is Jen. Hi Jen, I hope you're having a good time today hopping along with me. Jen is actually a part of Stampin' Up. She's on my team for Stampin' Up, and I'm really excited that she has been able to join. She has a beautiful blog and she does a lot of card making, and I know that I just recently got asked, in fact tonight, well right before I started taping, I got asked a question by a blog follower. She's followed my YouTube and channel and my blog for a long time now, and she asked if I would be making cards with the new Project Life product that Stampin' Up came out with. That product, if you have not heard me talk about it, which I cannot imagine that you would not have heard me talk about this, but if you haven't heard me talk about it, it's this really fun product that Stampin' Up has come out with. It's Project Life by Stampin' Up. Stampin' Up partnered with Becky Higgins to create these products, and I'm really very excited about this. And I personally probably will not be making cards with this product. I have said many times in the past that I am not a real card maker. I don't, I enjoy giving cards and I enjoy the creativity of creating cards, but I don't, how to say it? I don't get overly thrilled with making cards. It's not something that I just can't wait to sit down and make cards. However, Jen, I said all that to say that Jen does make cards, and I know she was planning on using some of the Project Life product to make cards. So if you're interested in seeing how this product would look on cards, or more ideas for cards, or how to use different product to make cards, I would really suggest following her blog and heading over there, letting her know that you've come by to see her blog. So let's jump right into April. I try to share all of my April pages in this hop, and then the coordinating blog post has all the photos for that month in that post. And then I also keep a list, a like master list of where you can go back and see each month of my Project Life. If you're wanting to see like February and it's past February, if you just click on February, it takes you right to the Project Life blog hop for that month, and then it shows you all of that month. So it's kind of funny because I don't feel like there's a lot done in my April Project Life, and I feel like especially this week I have spent so much time doing Project Life that when I sat down to like get this album, I got my photos printed tonight and I went to like get everything caught up, I thought, gosh, this doesn't look like I've spent that much time doing it, but I realized that I've spent a lot of time doing the kids' albums and getting them caught up and going back and printing photos and stuff. And so I feel like I'm at a really good place. Like I finally feel like all of our albums are relatively caught up and I'm not stressing about them. So that's a really good feeling. So for April, I used all of the Neapolitan kit. I know I just shared some of these pages a week or two ago when I shared how to make title cards, how I make my title cards. So I know you guys have seen some of this already, but I used the Becky Higgins core kit, the Dear Lizzie Neapolitan kit. It's very summery, very like spring, summer type designs, and I would not actually use that kit for like, if you just get one kit per year and you just use one kit throughout your whole album, I would not get the Dear Lizzie kit because it is really spring, summer ish. It has a lot of sunshine and bright colors, and I really don't think that it would really work that well for fall. So I think I shared this side, you guys. I've been adding a little bit more of my handwriting because I did a huge amount of journaling on the computer, and this is one of those moments where I was doing this journaling card and my handwriting was a mess. I misspelled something and had to cross it out and was like, oh, this is why I type my journaling. Like, I hate this when this happens. But I just left it because it is part of who I am. It's part of our album, so I went ahead and left it. I also get a lot of questions about, because I do so many different albums, if I put the same photos in all of the albums. So I wanted to point this out. Sorry about the lighting, guys. I'm trying to fidget with it and get it a little bit better. I wanted to point out that there are occasions where I end up putting the same photo in, like, say, all of our albums. And this is one of those photos. We snapped this photo on a Sunday morning. There's a little wooden swing set right across from our church, and the girls always want to go swing on it. Like, when we get to church, they want to go swing on it, and when we leave, they want to go swing on it. And for the most part, I always tell them no, because we're either late for church or we need to get home. But this day I was like, yeah, let's go over and you guys can swing on it. And we snapped this photo, and I just wanted it in all of their, like, I wanted it in both of the girls' albums. And so this photo I printed 3 times and I put in all of our albums. This week was that's the other thing I have to do, guys, is I have to go back and add the weeks to these. This was week 16, and this was actually the week of my birthday, so I have an insert in the middle of this week. And this is a new page protector design. It's design W, and it has 2 4x6s, and then it has a 4x6 in the middle with 2 3x4s. And I really wanted to play around with the new inserts. I had gotten a couple packages of them and hadn't really been able to use them yet. And so I had wanted to do that, so I used it for my birthday. I just stamped on here April 14th, and then I used a stamp and stamped some balloons on here. I also used the same stamp set, sketched birthday, and I stamped this and layered it. I haven't written on anything yet. I just stamped that and stuck it on there, and then I'll write on this later. These are birthday cards that I received. This birthday card was from Wendy. It's so funny. She made this for something, and I just loved it. Like, every time I would go to her house, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I love that card. I want to buy that kit just so I can make that card. And she was like, you have all the supplies to make the card. Like, you know how, just make it. And I was like, it'd be easier to buy it from you. Well, she ended up giving it to me for my birthday. So I totally laughed when I opened that card, and I was like, score, I get that card. These cards right here are an exclusive set of cards that I was able to purchase when I took the Becky Higgins class earlier this year, and they're called lists. And there's all these really fun cards. Like, this is 4 people I text the most, 5 ways I'm different versus 10 years ago, 4 websites I visit the most, 7 things I do every week. So I pulled a couple of those cards out to use them in this little insert. And then I still have to either do some journaling or find a photo or something for those 2 slots. So the reason that I really like this design, there's a couple designs that I really am excited that have come out. This is one of them, and then another one is the one Stampin' Up is carrying with the 4x6, and then the 4x4s in the middle, and then the 2 4x6s, and then also the one that has a 4x6 and then 2 3x4s, and then 2 3x4s and a 4x6, and then a 4x6 and 2 3x4s. And the reason that I'm really excited about these different designs is because, as most of you know, I stick to the design A style page protector no matter what. So my entire album, you can see it's already set up. It has these design A's already in them, and that's what I do. And when I first started Project Life about 3 years ago, I really loved the idea of all these different designs of page protectors. But what I found is that it's really great, say you have this different page protector and you want to use it here and it works great. So you have like a design A here where you have horizontal photos, and then like say over here you have page protectors that have vertical, or, you know, the other way around. When you turn your page, then you are married to the idea that this page then has to be whatever direction those photos are. So I personally do not take a lot of the other kind of photos, like up and down. I mean, this is the majority of the photos I take. 99% of the photos I take are in this orientation. So what I found is if I tried to use something different that had the vertical pockets, then I wouldn't have enough photos, or I would have to chop them down, or you know, and then back them with paper, and it became this big pain. So what I decided to do, I try to keep Project Life as simple as possible when it comes to major components of my album. So one of the things that I did is I just decided Design A is the way to go. That's what I'm going to do. That's how most of my photos come out, and I will use different page protectors for inserts, and I usually know when a week comes, like I knew I would use an insert for my birthday. So like this photo right here was actually taken by my friend Shelly, and she took it vertically. So I knew, like, okay, I'm gonna have to chop that photo down. So basically, I've heard a lot of people, and I've even responded to messages and such on Facebook of people who, they like the idea of the different page protectors, but they get hung up and they're like, I don't know how to make this work. It's so difficult. I spend all this time planning before I start my layout. And that's the thing, is if you're using a bunch of different page protectors, you really have to plan out. You really have to sit down and then plan out how everything's gonna flow. And I really didn't want that element in my album. So that's why I just stick to Design A. It helps my album to flow, and then I use these as inserts. Well, the great thing about these new designs that are coming out is they're different. The orientation of the way your cards and photos go in are different, but they still have the 4x6 photos. So I can very easily like use this style, and it doesn't throw me off. It doesn't change anything. I don't spend all this time trying to figure out how to make it work. So I'm really enjoying that. I've gotten a few different designs that I'm going to be incorporating in my album. So then this is the end of that week. I've not done any of my journaling. And then this would be this week that we just did, that we're in right now. So this was Easter, and I have a photo, but I forgot to print it. Somebody else took it, and so I have to get it from them and drop it in my folder to print next week. And then this week, I was really focused on Project Life. Again, I said this in the beginning, I was really focused on Project Life, but I was doing so many other projects that I really forgot to take photos this week, you guys. Like, I just forgot to take them. So my answer to that is to not freak out and be like, oh my God, I can't do Project Life now. I forgot to take photos. Oh, my album's over. I'm just done. Like, let's not jump off a bridge. I mean, I just forgot to take photos. So as I sat down tonight, and the really funny thing is that I had photos printed. My husband picked them up for me, and I had like 30 something photos that I printed. So I didn't think anything of it. I got all my photos, I dumped them all out and started looking through, because I only need 7 photos. And I was like, what? Okay, I have no photos for this week. All those photos that I printed were photos for the kids' album. As I was working on them this week, I would realize I needed a photo, so I would go to that photo, I would find that photo, and then I would drop it into this week's folder on my computer. So when I uploaded today, I just uploaded all those photos, checked our phones, you know, uploaded those, and didn't even realize that I didn't have that many photos. So my answer to that is that I'm just trying to figure out what we did this week so that I can document it. So this was Easter. Again, I have a photo for this, and I'll do a write-up about what we do for Easter. And then for Monday, I didn't have a photo. So I printed off this Dancing with the Stars. I just went and Googled Dancing with the Stars, 2014 logo, and this photo came up and I sized it down and printed it. And then we watched Dancing with the Stars. It's our family night. And then we watched Castle right after Dancing with the Stars, which is my husband and I's, it's our date night. And so I stuck this in here. I used my Star Punch and some glimmer paper, silver glimmer paper, and I decorated this up, and then I'll just write that it's our family night. We watched Dancing with the Stars. That's what happened. So then I had this photo of my little man. He stole my muffin and climbed up on the counter, stole my muffin, and went outside and was eating it, and I caught him. So I had to take a picture of him stealing my muffin. So then here is a photo of Kayla, and I really don't even know when this was taken, and I think I actually got it printed for her album, but I stole it for this week. This picture was actually taken on that day, and then I took this picture today because this would be Friday. So this would be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I took this photo today before I uploaded photos, and then this slot is for Saturday. So that will end April. Well, I'll have one more week in April. It has 4 days of April left, and then we'll go into May. So for May, I have the new core kit that I got, and it's all set up and ready to go. And that's what I'll do for May. And then I'll need to figure out what I want to do for June and July. I'll need to get a few more set up. And then I should just also mention that I have not filled out my calendar at all for April. I will probably do that tonight. I'll get my planner out and I will go back and fill in all of these items. So that is my April. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what I did in April, seeing how the album turned out. If you have any questions, of course, you can leave me a comment or email. I'm happy to answer them. Head on over to my blog and check Jen's blog out for our blog hop. And then if you're interested in being part of the blog hop, please email me and I will put you on the list and let you know the details of that. I would love to grow these Project Life hops. They are always the last Saturday of the month, and we just share where we are, what we've been doing. You know, whatever you have to share is totally fine. So thanks guys for coming by, and I will talk to you later.